you saw Jake Paul's fat body videos and if you think he's taking his training seriously for you.
Listen, I think he's taking it very, very seriously because his health depends on it.
On November 15th, Mike Tyson vows to unleash relentless pain and punishment on Jake Paul in what promises to be an unforgettable showdown. Mike Tyson explains that just because he is fighting a younger opponent like Jake Paul, it doesn't mean they are superior fighters. He emphasizes that although age may bring excitement to the fight, he has previously faced younger and better fighters than Jake Paul. Transitioning from the past to the present, Tyson reflects on how experience often outweighs youthful hype.
Well, younger doesn't necessarily mean better. You know, it's just good hype for the fight, but it doesn't necessarily mean better. I spar with young guys, younger than him, better fighters than he is. So I'm just prepared to fight.
Continuing on, Tyson discusses his current training regimen in preparation for the fight. He notes that his training hasn't changed drastically from before, but now he is putting in even more effort. Although he finds it difficult to describe his methods in great detail, he emphasizes that he is fully prepared. Tyson's focus on readiness sets the stage for what comes next.
In less than, just over a month with YouTuber Jake Paul. Talk to us about how your training has changed from the past to what you're doing now.
It hasn't changed much. It's a fight I'm preparing for. I'm training a lot harder, and I'm just ready. It's hard to explain the training methods and stuff. I'm just ready to fight.
Well, okay, so talk about it this, Mike. We've seen your videos. We know about, the rigorous training and how intense you are. Your preparation is like no other. How has it changed when you're going up against such a younger opponent? And how's the physicality change? And is anything different from what you've done in the past to now?
Well, I get more massages than before.
Building anticipation, Tyson acknowledges Jake Paul's intense preparation, pointing out that Paul is taking this fight seriously because his health is at stake. This sets the tone for the seriousness of the event, heightening the drama around the match.
I'm just curious if you saw Jake Paul's fat body videos and if you think he's taking his training seriously for you.
Listen, I think he's taking it very, very seriously because his health depends on it. And yeah, he's nobody I'm not looking past him. I'm taking him lightly at all.
Shifting focus, Tyson humbly reflects on the sport, stating that no fighter, including himself, is bigger than boxing. He points out that boxing made him and others who they are, reinforcing that no one can overshadow the sport itself. This reflection ties into how others in the sport view his legacy.
Everybody talks about Jake Paul and whether he's good or bad for boxing. Do you feel like you're fighting for boxing when you step into the ring for Jake Paul?
No, not at all. Boxing too big for me to represent. Boxing's bigger than me. Sometimes fighters become, what icons become bigger. They say he's bigger than boxing. No, we can never be bigger than boxing because boxing made us who we were, or who we are. So we're never bigger than boxing. I don't look at myself that way. I don't look at myself bigger than boxing by far. No, never.
Oscar De La Hoya dives into his concerns about the upcoming bout between Jake Paul and Mike Tyson. He's not just focused on Jake's punching power, but is more worried about the legacy Tyson carries. Oscar respects Tyson's toughness, stating that even at 57, Tyson could still go 6, 7, or 8 rounds, having faced some of the toughest fighters. This perspective adds depth to the discussion of Tyson's durability. Oscar De La Hoya then wonders what the result of this fight could mean for the sport. His concerns extend beyond just boxing as a whole. He's worried about Tyson's image and how this fight could impact how people remember him. Oscar's genuine concern highlights the respect and care he has for Tyson's legacy, which contrasts with other opinions about the fight. Furthermore, Mike Tyson's former coach, Teddy Atlas, explains why he is a fan of Jake Paul. He highlights Jake's dream and determination to transition from YouTube to boxing, praising his commitment to the sport.
I'm actually a fan of Jake Paul's, and I'll tell you why. The American dream. He had a vision, he had a belief. He went out there, he took all his YouTube, whatever you call those freaking things, all his YouTube followers. He went to a different platform, to a different arena. As I said, he had a vision for what he was going to do. And you know what? He had the guts, he had the determination to go out there and color in that vision.
Teddy Atlas continues by sharing his respect for Jake Paul, despite all the criticism Paul has received. He notes that while many dismiss him for fighting older or less skilled opponents, Jake has taken real risks by stepping into the ring with seasoned fighters, even if they come from MMA backgrounds. Atlas's comments add context to Paul's journey in boxing. Atlas highlights that Jake Paul didn't just rely on his fame. Instead, he put in the work to learn the sport properly. While Jake is still developing his skills, Teddy believes he deserves credit for his progress so far. This acknowledgement leads into Paul's recent fight with Tommy Fury. Atlas also mentions Jake Paul's fight with Tommy Fury, in which Jake lost but still performed competitively. Teddy respects how Paul continues to learn and improve, viewing him as a dedicated fighter who has earned his place through hard work. This analysis flows into Sergio Mora's contrasting view on the fairness of the fight. Former world champion Sergio Mora argues that the fight between Jake Paul and Mike Tyson is unfair due to their age difference. Man, I've always been a critic of Jake Paul and, having him fight real fighters and boxers. But fighting a fighter that hasn't fought in over 20 years of Mike Tyson, he got beat, 20 years ago. And he got knocked out in the last 2 fights. So at 57, 58 years old, that's come on. You're fighting a senior citizen, and it's not fair. Michael Jai White, however, confidently bets on Jake Paul defeating Tyson, challenging anyone to bet against him. He cites Tyson's age, now nearing 60, and how it impacts his performance, while encouraging others to wager on the fight's outcome.
Now you're looking for, you happen to notice this study on people aging after 60, and because you're already thinking that way, right? But if you look, there'll be people who defy that. So I feel like everybody's an individual. We don't know. I would like to bet against you.
You want to bet against me?
Yeah, I'll bet against you.
Okay, how much you got?
Jai White elaborates on Tyson's age, explaining how it could hinder his performance against Jake Paul. He discusses how Tyson no longer looks as sharp or as fast as he did even a few years ago. Jai White is not convinced Tyson has a good chance and throws down the challenge to bet on Jake Paul, even suggesting a fun wager involving karaoke for the loser. His confidence in Paul's victory shifts the conversation back to the concerns around Tyson's age. Boxing promoter Eddie Hearn, on the other hand, finds it sad that a 58-year-old Tyson would fight Jake Paul, potentially risking a loss all for the sake of money.
A few years ago, you gave Jake Paul his professional boxing debut. If someone had said to you then, you'd be fighting Mike Tyson at 58 years of age, what would you have said?
I hope not. You're probably asking the wrong person, because I'm a hardcore boxing fan and Mike Tyson's one of my favourite fighters of all time. But it's a big event, But I find it quite sad that someone that's achieved as much as Mike Tyson is fighting at, 58, something like that, and could lose to Jake Paul, but money's money, and money does strange things.
Eddie Hearn expands on the possibility of the fight, expressing his reservations. As a passionate boxing fan, Hearn admits he wouldn't want to see this match take place, even though Tyson remains one of his favorite fighters. While the fight will draw significant media attention, he feels uneasy about the risks involved. Reflecting on the bigger picture, Hearn remains uncomfortable with Tyson stepping back into the ring against a younger competitor. Similarly, Jake Paul adds to the narrative by mocking Tyson for postponing the fight, sarcastically calling it a menopause break, and questioning whether Tyson was truly sick or simply nervous.
Yeah, you had to go on your little menopause break and postpone the fight, so yeah. What about that, dog? I was ready before. You needed a little break. Your tummy hurt? Your tummy hurt still?
I feel a lot better now.
On a more serious note, professional boxer Terence Crawford shares his respect for Jake Paul's hard work in the gym.
Did you watch the Jake Paul fight on Saturday night?
I did.
What can I ask, as one of the best in the world, what'd you make of it?
I think, like I said in the interview, I think Jake is getting better. He may need to work on his stamina a little bit, but for the most part, I gained a lot of respect for Jake because he's not a YouTuber that's just boxing just to box. He actually trains and actually want to get better and actually have got better.
When asked about the fight, Terence Crawford surprisingly stated that he has no interest in watching it. He respects what Mike Tyson has done for the sport of boxing and doesn't want to see Tyson get hurt. Crawford emphasizes that Tyson's health problems add a layer of risk to the match, making the situation even more concerning. He concludes that while the fight may be for money or entertainment, it's still dangerous for someone of Tyson's age. Crawford also praises Jake Paul for his boxing style and work ethic. He believes Jake has the potential to earn a cruiserweight title if he continues to improve. Crawford points out that Jake is still learning, with only 10 fights under his belt, but he will rise through the ranks over time. This sets up the conversation for critics who doubt Paul's abilities. UFC commentator Joe Rogan warns that Tyson might struggle against Jake Paul, who is currently performing at his peak and has beaten other top competitors recently.
You're still 58. But 58-year-old Mike Tyson is not 50-year-old Mike Jones that lives down the street. It's a different kind of human being, and he still can knock your head into another dimension if he catch you. The thing is, can he catch a 28-year-old guy who's at the top of his career, who's winning legitimate boxing matches? I mean, he's beating former UFC world champions like Tyron Woodley. You know, he had that very good fight with Tommy Fury, who's a legitimate boxer, you know, which was a very good fight. You know, he just beat up Mike Perry, who's a bare knuckle champion. I mean, he's a real fighter. He can fight.
Mike Tyson discusses the challenge of his aggressive persona that has shadowed his career.
You, instead of fighting, you start reciting poetry. You know what I'm saying? Or you know, like I said before, find a small animal to pet in the center of the ring. Like, are you sure you can access that killer still?
Hey, listen, and all due, it's unfortunately I have to fight and be that guy. I wish I could stop that guy. That guy haunts me. That's. I wish I could stop that guy. I wish I could stop that guy. I wish that guy died, but he's here to stay.
Tyson acknowledges that while he strives to be gentle and loving, especially as a father, his past as a formidable fighter still haunts him. Mike reflects on how he manages to keep his aggression in check by focusing on his family and finding solace in their love. Still, he confesses that his aggressive alter ego is never fully gone. Furthermore, Tyson acknowledges Jake Paul's trash-talking and its role in hyping the fight. He mentions that those who talk the most often get the most attention and money.
Listen, this is what I found out from how old am I now? What, 58? Know what I found out? The talkers get all the money. The talkers get all the attention.
Yeah.
The talkers get everything. We get a bad rap, but we get everything else.
Yeah, they do.
Mike Tyson recognizes that Jake Paul, though initially a YouTuber, has made a significant mark in boxing. Tyson added, "What everybody says is this guy's a YouTuber, this guy's a fighter. You know what I mean? I've been many things too, but I'm a fighter, I'm an actor, I'm a salesman, I'm an entrepreneur. We're fighters. That's who we are. More than all this other stuff that we got going on, we're fighters." Continuing the discussion, Mike Tyson reveals his cautious mindset when facing any opponent, including Jake Paul. Tyson's life experiences have taught him to remain alert and never underestimate anyone, as every opponent can pose a threat. This mindset keeps him focused, ensuring he treats every match with seriousness. Tyson reflects, "I'm fearful of my 13-year-old son. This is what I've learned through 58 years of life. Anyone's capable of killing you in my life. With the way I lived, anyone's capable." This insight leads to his final thoughts on his age. Tyson opens up about his nerves as he prepares for the fight. He admits that feeling nervous is a natural part of the process, even for a seasoned fighter like himself. Tyson emphasizes that these jitters are normal and something he's experienced throughout his career. He reassures listeners that despite these nerves, he's confident in his preparation and training, which have consistently led to his success. Logan Paul, Jake Paul's brother, voiced his concerns for Mike Tyson ahead of the fight, warning Tyson about Jake's growing capabilities in the ring. Logan, who has also made a name for himself in the boxing world, expressed that while Tyson is a legendary fighter, Jake's relentless training, increasing skills, and youthful energy could pose a real threat.
And I know the path he's on right now, and it's ruthless, Mike.
I agree. It's pretty cool.
It's cool. It's so cool to watch, and he's really crushing it. And I just feel like I want you to be okay in there, Mike. And I want you got to take him serious, Mike, because I
take him extremely serious. I take him extremely serious. These people don't take him serious.
No, they don't, and it's such a mistake because he's a real killer, Mike. Like, he wanted to be a Navy SEAL before he started boxing. Like in high school, he wants to be a Navy SEAL. He wanted to go kill people on behalf of his country.
Lastly, Tyson dismisses concerns about his age, challenging anyone who doubts him to tell him directly. He also reveals a key change in the fight format: 2-minute rounds instead of the traditional 3 minutes. Tyson believes this shorter format will make the fight more action-packed and exciting for fans. keeping them engaged with frequent bursts of intense activity.
If you think I'm too old for this fight, you need to come tell me in my face.
Whoa.
Thanks for watching this video. If you enjoyed the content, make sure to give it a thumbs up and drop your thoughts in the comments below. Let us know who you think will come out on top in the Mike Tyson versus Jake Paul fight. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so you never miss an update on this epic showdown and all our future content.